Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about something that's been a huge part of my life lately. Learning how to enjoy being alone without feeling lonely. Now, if you're anything like me, maybe you're naturally a little more introverted. I love people. I love my family, my friends. I genuinely do. But I've always loved my alone time even more. Even when I lived at home with my parents, my favorite moments were when everybody was out of the house. It was quiet, the freedom, the space to just be myself without any distractions. And now that I've moved across the country, literally packed up my life and started fresh for a new job and a new chapter, I'm getting a whole lot more of that alone time. And honestly, I'm thriving most days, right? But it's definitely been a journey learning to find peace and not let loneliness sneak in too hard. Today, I want to tell you a little bit about my journey, what I've learned, what's helped me, and why I truly believe that learning to enjoy your own company might be one of the best things you can ever do to yourself and for yourself. So, let's backtrack a little bit. Growing up, I didn't hate being around people, but I always needed breaks, it felt like. After a big family event, after a night hanging out with friends and family all weekend, I would just crave that silence, that time to recharge, as they say. I have my little routines. I still do working out. I love going for walks by myself. I love watching TV shows, movies, whatever. You enjoy watching those with people, but I like watching them alone too. Reading sometimes, and even just laying on my bed, doing absolutely nothing, or in my sofa, or in my chair, right? That just chill time you get. And that still hasn't changed much today, like I previously stated. Now that I'm living on my own, my days are still built around these same things: work, working out, meal prepping, creating content like I am right now, trying to build my brand, and having solo downtime. I love it, honestly, I truly do. There's something about waking up and knowing the day is yours to shape. No compromises, no noise, just you and your coworkers at work and everybody at work. But that's besides the point. But let's be real. As much as I love being alone, there are still moments where it gets tough. It hits you randomly. That's how I think about it. Maybe after a long day at work, when you come home to an empty apartment or house, which is what I have. I'm renting a house. Maybe scrolling through your phone, seeing your friends all hanging out back home or your family. Maybe just that random, quiet sadness that sneaks in for no reason. And that's normal. No matter how independent you are, loneliness is inevitable. You can be surrounded by people and still feel isolated, or you can be completely alone and feel perfectly content. It's not about who's around you, it's about your mindset. Sometime, or something I read recently, apologies, really stuck with me. It said that loneliness, while uncomfortable, is actually a really important part of growing up and becoming truly independent. Think about it. For most of our lives, we're used to depending on others: parents, teachers in school, coaches in sports, if that's your thing, or bosses at work, right? Managers. There's always someone there to guide us, to help us, and to distract us. And honestly, it's easy just to float through life like that, constantly surrounded, constantly entertained, never having to sit still with yourself. But when you're alone, you don't have those distractions around anymore. You're forced to check in with yourself. How am I really feeling? What do I actually want? Am I living the way I want to live? Those quiet moments, as uncomfortable as they can be, are where real growth happens. We're so used to depending on other people to feel okay. Friends to study with, friends to eat with, friends to vent with, friends to go out with. And don't get me wrong, friendships are amazing and definitely necessary. I'm not saying they're not. But if you only feel okay when you're with others, that can be a problem. Real independence is about being able to enjoy your own company, being able to entertain yourself, to motivate yourself, to comfort yourself, to have discipline for yourself. It's about realizing that you, just you, are enough. One thing I noticed after moving across the country was that I stopped needing constant plans. Back home, it felt like every weekend had to be packed. Sometimes, not all the time. Hanging out, going out, staying busy, helping my dad, helping my mom, whatever. Here I have the weekends where I do nothing social, and it's awesome. Now, would I enjoy doing something social every once in a while? For sure, for sure. But I get up, I go for a walk, I grab a coffee, maybe read or watch a show, and not once do I feel like I'm missing out or having FOMO, as they say, because I'm not chasing external validation anymore. I'm building my own little life exactly the way I like it. That doesn't mean I don't like hanging out with people. I've made friends at work. I've been seeing someone and having a good time with her lately too. But after a while, I can feel it. That need to just retreat, to unplug, to reset, you know? And that's okay. That's how I recharge. That's how I stay grounded. This is such an important mindset shift here. Being alone doesn't mean you're lonely. Alone time can be a reward, not a punishment. After a crazy busy week, having an evening to yourself to do whatever you want, no explanations, no compromises, is gold. Instead of dreading it, embrace it, celebrate it. Use that time to reflect on what's going well or even reflect on what's not going well. Set some new goals, catch up on some hobbies, or literally just chill and binge watch a show without guilt. It's your time, you've earned it. In a way, learning to enjoy being alone is about becoming your own best friend. You learn to comfort yourself when you're stressed, motivate yourself when you're lazy, and then hype yourself up when you need a big win. You stop waiting for someone else to make you feel better. You realize you can do it yourself. And once you have that, once you trust yourself to handle the highs and the lows, you become truly unstoppable. You're not clinging to friendships out of fear. You're not choosing friendships because they add something to your life, not because you desperately need them to survive. That's true independence. So if you're living alone right now, or you're about to move somewhere new, or you're just feeling a little disconnected, remember this. It's normal, it's okay, and it actually could be a gift. Use this time to build your routines, your passions, your life. Find peace in the quiet. Trust yourself to handle the silence. You're not lonely, you're just alone. And honestly, that might be the most powerful thing you ever learn. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know how you're doing. See you next time. I'm rooting for you.